All right, welcome to our explainer. Today, we're going to talk about that feeling. You know the one, that anxiety you get when you're driving next to a huge truck. And we're going to turn it into confidence. We're breaking down everything you need to know to share the road safely and smartly with these giants. I mean, you know that feeling, right? That slight tightening in your chest as this massive wall of metal just fills up your mirror. It's something pretty much every driver goes through, and really understanding what's happening is the first step to becoming a much safer, more informed driver. So let's just dive right in. To drive safely near a truck, you first have to understand that it's basically playing by a different set of rules than your car. And I'm talking about the laws of physics. It all starts with their incredible size and weight. Okay, so to really get this, let's put it in perspective. A fully loaded truck can weigh up to 80,000 pounds. That's potentially 20 times heavier than your car. And that's not just a little difference, right? It's a total game changer for how that truck moves, stops, and turns. So, all that weight, it creates this incredible momentum. While your car might stop in about the length of a football field if you're going 65, that truck needs, get this, at least 2 football fields. And that is exactly why cutting in front of a big rig is just so dangerous. And it's not just about the weight, either. It's also about the brakes. They're totally different. Your car has instant hydraulic brakes. A truck uses air brakes, and they have this built-in delay. It's called brake lag, while the air pressure builds up. It might only be a split second, but at highway speeds, that tiny delay adds a surprising amount of distance before they even start to really slow down. Okay, and here's where the physics gets, honestly, a little scary. See, the relationship between speed and stopping distance isn't a straight line. If a truck goes twice as fast, it doesn't just need twice the room to stop. No way. It needs 4 times the distance. Quadruples. That's a law of physics you just can't argue with. Okay, so now let's take all that physics and apply it to the space around the truck. We've got to talk about the infamous no zones. These are huge blind spots where, to the driver, you basically become a ghost. So you've got 4 main blind spots wrapping around every single truck. Directly in front, directly behind, and down both sides. And that one on the right side, that's the big one. It's the most dangerous, and it can swallow up whole lanes of traffic. Seriously, if you're hanging out in one of these spots, as far as that driver is concerned, you're invisible. You just don't exist. So what's the one thing you have to remember? It's this golden rule right here. It's a super simple, quick check you can do. Just glance over at their side mirror. It tells you everything you need to know about whether you're safe or not. And remember, these blind spots aren't just sitting still. When a truck takes a corner, especially a right turn, you'll see it swing out wide to the left first. This is totally normal for them, but this creates a super dangerous spot for any car trying to sneak up on the inside. Don't be that car. Just expect the wide turn and give them the room they need. All right, we've talked a lot about the truck itself, but the danger isn't just the vehicle. It can come from what it's carrying, and even parts of the truck itself. You know, a truck's cargo can be a huge hazard all on its own. You've got debris that can fall off, or worse, fly off at highway speeds. Liquid loads can slosh around, making the whole rig unstable. And of course, top-heavy trucks are way more likely to tip over on a sharp turn. So what's your best move? Simple. Just hang back and keep a safe distance. And get this, even the wheels can be dangerous. A tire blowout on a truck, it's not just a flat tire, it's a violent explosion that can make the driver lose control and swerve. Plus, those giant tires can kick up rocks, ice, you name it, with enough force to smash your windshield. Always give them plenty of room. Okay, so we know all the risks. That's one thing. But what do you actually do in the moment? Let's build a playbook. Some clear, simple steps for 2 of the most stressful situations you'll run into. Okay, situation 1. A truck signals and starts merging into your lane. What do you do? First things first, don't panic. Stay calm. Your one and only goal here is to create space. Maybe that means easing off the gas and letting them in. Or, if the lane next to you is clear, hey, move over. But honestly, the safest play is often the easiest one. Just yield. Give them the space. It doesn't matter if you have the right-of-way. Safety is what counts. All right, now let's flip it. This one might be even more stressful. A big rig is tailgating you. Again, rule number 1 is stay calm. And whatever you do, do not, I repeat, do not brake check them. That is a recipe for disaster. Your best bet is usually pretty simple. When it's safe, just move over and let the truck go by. But wait, there's one more trick here, and it's probably the most important, and it's going to sound a little weird. Before you even think about changing lanes, your first move should be to increase the space between your car and the car in front of you. Why would you do that? Because it creates a bigger safety cushion. It means if you do have to brake, you can do it way more gradually, which is exactly what that 80,000-pound truck behind you needs. Okay, for this last part, I think it's really important we switch things up. Let's try to see the road from a different perspective. Let's look at it from inside the cab and really understand the pressures and the challenges these drivers are up against every single day. You know, being a truck driver is this constant juggling act. Look at this. Fatigue is the #1 issue. It's a huge occupational hazard from those long, crazy hours. But it's not just that. You've got health risks from sitting all day, the stress and loneliness of being on the road, and of course, all the regulations they have to follow. When you really think about all these challenges, the physical exhaustion, the mental strain, the stress from traffic and deadlines, it kind of changes how you see them, right? The road stops being this us versus them battleground, and it becomes a shared space. It's about shared responsibility. At the end of the day, we're all just trying to get home safe. So after all of this, the physics, the no zones, the view from inside the truck, what's the big takeaway here? It's that knowing this stuff is power. It changes everything. You're no longer just a passive, maybe anxious driver. You're now an active partner in keeping the road safe for everyone. It really is about sharing the road, not just using it. So the next time you're on the highway and see a truck, what's the one thing you'll do differently?
Please like, subscribe, and get notified.